A metallic clang echoes down a damp corridor, followed by the distant, rhythmic hum of an energy field. The air inside Devshi Prison is thick with the scent of ozone and the subtle underlying tang of despair. Here, on a forgotten moon, justice had long ago twisted into something unrecognizable. Guards, indistinguishable in their drab, utilitarian uniforms, shuffle past, their faces grim, or worse, profoundly indifferent. This was Warden Mattis Koto's domain, a place where his word was law, and that law, the Jedi Order had come to suspect, was deeply corrupt. And somewhere within these shadowed walls, a new guard had just reported for duty, a figure cloaked in the anonymity of the Devshi uniform, a figure unlike any this bleak facility had ever seen. This was Mace Windu. Long before the galaxy knew him as the unflappable Jedi Master of the High Council, before the Clone Wars cast their long shadow, Windu's reputation as a formidable Jedi Knight, a protector of justice, was about to be indelibly forged in the crucible of Devshi. The Council's concerns had reached critical mass. Reports of gross mismanagement, prisoner disappearances, and a pervasive atmosphere of fear had painted a clear, disturbing picture of Warden Koto's reign. Sending in a Jedi Knight openly would only cause the cunning Warden to hide his tracks, or worse, escalate the violence. A different approach was needed, one that required patience, subtlety, and an iron will. It required Mace Windu to become one of them, a ghost in the system, observing the rot from within. He spent weeks immersing himself in the monotonous, brutal rhythm of prison life. He learned the guard rotations, the hushed whispers of the inmates, the casual cruelties inflicted by Koto's loyalists. Windu moved with a quiet efficiency, his presence unremarkable, yet his senses were acutely attuned. He observed, patiently, the subtle cues of power and fear, the almost imperceptible changes in Koto's demeanor, the network of illicit trades facilitated by the Warden's cronies. It was a methodical assessment, a tapestry of corruption woven thread by thread, and Windu, with his keen insight, was unraveling it, piece by careful piece. What he found was a system rotten to its core, and at its heart, a secret that transcended mere financial embezzlement. Koto wasn't just profiting from the prison, he was operating a lucrative trade in high-security artifacts and data, pilfered from the very prisoners he was meant to be guarding. The key to his operation, Windu discovered, lay not just in his ruthless control, but in a hidden cache of universal skeleton keys, master keys capable of bypassing almost any lock in the galaxy. These weren't standard issue, they were a unique collection, highly valuable, and guarded not by Koto's trusted human cronies, but by a contingent of modified, heavily armed security droids, deep within a supposedly abandoned sublevel. The moment of truth arrived. Windu knew he couldn't simply walk up to Koto and demand answers. The Warden was too entrenched, too well protected. The strategic mind of the Jedi Knight, honed by years of intricate missions, now shifted into high gear. He formulated a plan that would leverage surprise and the very anonymity he had cultivated. Under the cover of a routine shift change, Windu moved. His movements were fluid, precise, a testament to his mastery of form and focus. He navigated the labyrinthine corridors with a quiet intensity, his forced senses guiding him through the prison's oppressive atmosphere. There was no grand charge, no dramatic confrontation until the time was right. He slipped past automated sensors and unsuspecting guards, a phantom of justice moving through the shadows. His first target was the hidden sublevel. The droids guarding the skeleton keys were formidable, programmed for ruthless efficiency, but Windu was a force of nature. He engaged them with a controlled fury, his lightsaber, still hidden, replaced by the precise, disarming strikes of a Jedi Master, using the environment and the droid's own programming against them. It wasn't about destruction, it was about efficiency, about neutralizing the threat without raising a general alarm. One by one, the droids were rendered inert, their metallic frames collapsing silently. And there, in a secure vault, was the cache of stolen skeleton keys, tangible proof of Koto's extensive criminal enterprise. With the keys secured, Windu moved for the Warden. He apprehended Mattis Koto not in a dramatic, blaster-filled shootout, but in his personal quarters during a quiet moment of self-congratulation. Koto, arrogant and complacent in his perceived invincibility, barely had time to register the transformation of the quiet guard into the imposing Jedi Knight before Windu had him disarmed and restrained. The surprise was absolute, the precision unwavering. The mission was a resounding success. Warden Koto was apprehended, his network dismantled, and the stolen skeleton keys, instruments of widespread potential chaos, were reclaimed. Devshi Prison, for the first time in a long time, began the slow, painful process of healing and reform. Windu's return to the Jedi Temple was not marked by fanfare, but by a quiet understanding of what he had achieved. This mission to Devshi Prison showcased not only his formidable combat prowess, but equally his strategic brilliance, his unwavering patience, and his profound commitment to upholding the law, even in the galaxy's most shadowed and forgotten corners. It solidified his status within the Jedi Order as one of its most capable, trusted, and quietly formidable protectors of justice. Long before the Clone Wars, before he stood as a pillar of the Council, Mace Windu had already cemented his legacy as a knight who would descend into the darkness, not to fight it, but to illuminate it with the unwavering light of the Force. We hope you found this deeper look into Mace Windu's early career as compelling as we did. His journey from a quiet guard in a forgotten prison to a legendary Jedi Master is truly inspiring. What aspects of Mace Windu's character do you find most compelling? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We always love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this journey into the archives of Jedi history, please consider following for more explorations of the Star Wars galaxy. Your support helps us bring these stories to life. Until next time, may the Force be with you.